This year's wildfires made the country's air quality horrible.
All this smoke actually coming from all the way up in Canada. Nearly 100 wildfires are burning in Alberta right now. Smoke has been plaguing northern states for weeks, and now it is here in Colorado.
It's like the apocalypse right now. It's like nighttime in the daytime.
If there's anything we should have learned from the pandemic, it's that air really matters for your health. So this is something we should be paying a lot more attention to.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not going to last that long.
I probably shouldn't have broiled a bunch of fish in the kitchen and smoked it up yesterday. Couldn't open the door, Katie. That was dumb of me. I apologize.
Air quality has many complex factors. Regional and environmental influences cause a wide variety of phenomenon, resulting in various forms of pollution. Let's take a look into some first-hand accounts from students across the country and explore the impacts of the topics discussed on the Air Quality Index.
I'm from Portland, Oregon.
From the Bay Area, California.
I'm right outside of Philly. I'm from Chicago.
I am from Watkins, Minnesota.
I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
Air quality in Portland, Oregon is normally pretty good, except when we get wildfires from either in Oregon or either out of state, like Washington and California. Then it can get really bad. We've had air quality in 500s. We call it smokepocalypse during COVID. That was a real joy to live through. But most of the time when we do get smoke from wildfires, it ends up being 100 to 200.
Right now it's pretty good. I'd say better than average, but in 2020 it was insane. The sky was orange for a hot second. And you had to wear a mask from COVID and then also the fires. So it's been rough, but it's fine overall.
Fires on the west coast of the United States have become increasingly devastating in recent years, inflicting a severe toll on air quality. These wildfires, often fueled by drought, extreme temperatures, and strong winds, release copious amounts of smoke and particulate matter into the atmosphere. As noted in the interview with Luke from the Bay Area, 2020 was a particularly devastating time for California due to the destructive wildfires. The 2020 Incident Archive reported that there were 8,600 wildfires that burned 4.3 million acres and destroyed more than 11,000 structures. Wildfires can have a domino effect, impacting the air quality in other areas as winds carry smoke and pollutants across regional borders. Wildfires are an extremely pressing issue as they significantly elevate air pollution levels through the release of particulate matter, including their fine PM2.5 particles, which they can have severe health consequences due to their ability to penetrate deep into the respiratory system. As noted by the Scripps Institution of Oceanography at the University of California, San Diego, the teeny particles released in wildfire smoke are up to 10 times more harmful to humans than particles released from other sources, such as car exhaust.
The air quality in Philly is pretty poor due to transportation and the air pollution that gets emitted. It kind of sucks. It's kind of mucky sometimes. Sometimes there's a cloud in the air, a musky cloud. Yeah, you can kind of smell it too. Sometimes when you breathe in, it smells gross. Yeah, I like it much better here.
While it is common to associate unclean air with cities, not every city has the same factors affecting their air quality. In cities such as Philadelphia or Chicago, there are industrial pollutants due to the city's long history of production activities. You can see the effects of this history when looking into the data from the annual Particle Pollution Trends, which is collected by the American Lung Association. Both Philadelphia and Chicago were found to be in the top 25 most polluted major cities. Cities with high power plant emissions, as well as the local industrial and mobile sources of year-round particle pollution, continued to show up on this list. However, there are other factors that can influence a city's air quality, like location. Denver is a prime example, as it is located at the foot of the Rocky Mountains, making it a city prone to temperature inversions. This occurs when warm air traps cooler air near the ground, preventing pollutants from rising into the atmosphere, creating a bubble of trapped air pollutants around Denver.
It is really clean, I think. Because it's small and rural, there aren't many cars that pass, especially where my land is. I'm like half mile from my nearest neighbor, so I think it's pretty clean there.
It's not super populated there, so it has pretty good air quality compared to like big cities, I would say. The sunsets are pretty.
You may think it's obvious that rural air quality is better than that of urban areas, but the science says differently. In 2022, a University of Illinois team set out to quantify air quality differences between rural and urban areas in terms of toxicity. This was a revolutionary approach, as traditional air quality measurements focus on the mass concentration of particular pollutants. The CDC, for example, asserts that air quality improves as areas become more rural, based on higher concentrations of ozone and particulate matter found in urban areas. The Illinois team fights back. They think that the CDC and other federal agencies should use different measures to more accurately investigate air pollution across the U.S. The results of their study suggest toxicity and potential lung damage of the rural samples were in fact greater than that of the urban samples. Of course, this is just one study, and the confounding variables are many, but overall, the urban versus rural air quality debate is much more complex than you might think. As we have discussed in this video, levels of air pollution vary across the country. Students at the University of Denver come from many different places and have a multitude of experiences surrounding this issue. Although smoke from wildfires, urban industrial pollution, and vehicle emissions are not the only sources of poor air quality, they are most known by students on campus and are considered to be the top contributing forces to high air pollution levels. As a society, we must do what we can to improve air quality across the globe. You can do your part by choosing a cleaner commute, conserving energy in any way that you can, and purchasing Energy Star appliances. Remember, on days where the air quality is bad in your area, take it seriously. Reduce the amount of time that you spend outside. Use less energy, and continue to monitor the situation.